What was I thinking? It was 1 in the morning, Bart sends me an email, do you want to volunteer? And I said, so, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. Today, I'm going to talk about scaling brick walls. So, I'm talking about metaphors here. We are not talking about real masonry or climbing. What's a brick wall? A brick wall is an obstacle that prevents you from getting to something you want to do. Simple. You see brick walls everywhere. They're in all shapes, sizes, and guises. You see a goal, you'll see a brick wall that's trying to prevent you to get to the goal. So, Randy Pausch, the author of the last lecture, says in his last lecture, brick walls are there for a reason. The brick walls are not there to keep us out. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want something. The brick walls are there to stop the people who don't want it badly enough. They're there to stop the other people. Now that we understand and recognize brick walls, I'm going to use 2 events in history to come up with some strategies for scaling these brick walls. The first event happened in 1992. I was in India at that time, in Hyderabad. Okay, it's down in the south. There were communal clashes in India between Hindus and Muslims. And close to 2,000 people died as a result of it. There was large-scale rioting, and curfew was imposed. Okay, basically you're restricted, your movements are restricted, you're not allowed to go outside your house. And the paramilitary forces and the Indian military was deployed to bring some of this rioting under control. I was a student, stuck at home with a friend of mine, and I didn't have any video games in those days. So I was bored to death. On the third day, I use my judgment and I say, hey, I'm getting bored. Why don't I take my motorcycle and just check out what's happening in the neighborhood? My friend, who was a little more intelligent than I was at that time, tries to dissuade me. I end up, bullying him into joining me, and I drive the both of us straight into a clash between a rioting mob and the paramilitary forces. Moral of the story, don't be stupid. So seriously, when you see a brick wall, put off facing the brick wall unless you're sure you're going to live to tell the story. The second event happened in 1947. This was when British India was politically divided into India and Pakistan. It was another case where there was large-scale rioting and communal clashes. Close to 15 million people were relocated because of the communal clashes. And by various estimates, around 500,000 people died during those riots. Now, lots of political leaders and religious leaders tried to quell these clashes, and they didn't have too much success. Mahatma Gandhi, who was then kind of a moral leader for the Indian people, and he had just successfully led them in their effort to get out from under British rule. Tried to tell the people to put aside their differences and work towards putting the past behind them. Nothing happened. So Mahatma Gandhi went on a fast unto death. He said that he would not even have a drop of water till the communal clashes subsided. He did that for 21 days before he broke his fast. Only after religious, political, and community leaders from all sections of society came to him and promised that no more violence would continue. So that's the second event in history. And you have an important lesson here. When you see a brick wall, the way to crush it is to bring your will to the table. Don't give up. So, in conclusion, the next time you meet a brick wall, recognize it, ensure you will live to tell the story, develop a support system to take it on, and most importantly, bring your will to the table. As the saying goes, luck is truly where preparation meets opportunity. Thank you.